Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with some one-offs here.
I like it.
What do you think's the best heel turn of all time?
Okay, so best heel turn of all time for a long time was Hogan. Best of all time, Hogan, even though Bobby Heenan spoiled it.
Whose side is he on?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He spoiled it. I hadn't even thought of that before you said that. But Hogan dropping the leg was, for a long time, undeniably the biggest heel turn of all time, in my opinion.
How could something possibly be bigger than this?
It was the pan out the night after SummerSlam, or the SmackDown after SummerSlam, when Paul Heyman is sitting next to Roman Reigns. The reveal of Paul Heyman sitting next to Roman Reigns, the biggest, most important heel turn of all time. That one singular moment created the character that is now the most compelling character in the entire industry and has been for over 4 years now. This is, you could say, well, and it changed wrestling forever. You could say Hogan's heel turn also changed wrestling forever, and that's true. The NWO didn't get 4 years. It wasn't, they weren't able to maintain for 4 years. And every time somebody has said the bloodline is stale, I say, let them cook.
Yeah.
And what happens? A little bit of time, let them cook.
Yeah.
Nobody today can honestly say that the bloodline is stale. They've picked it right back up.
Yeah.
And it's changed the way stories are told in general. Drew McIntyre has said that one of the reasons why he's been able to tell this story with CM Punk, and it's been so compelling, and it's been so long-term, and it's been nuanced, is because of what Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline did. They changed it for everybody. They brought this cinema that, you know, people say. It changed everything forever. It changed everything for the better. And people can say whatever they want about Roman Reigns going through the whole roster. Everybody that touched the Bloodline was and is now better for being associated with the Bloodline, win or lose. And Roman went from this guy who all of us had lost faith in.
Yep.
He's not the guy, to being like, yes, I am. And in one moment, it was like, oh my. And by the way, it was one moment where there weren't even any fans in the building. This is pandemic era, and still that pan out and Paul Heyman is sitting next to Roman Reigns. Oh, I got goosebumps again. You couldn't turn it off. It's a yeah.
It changed the whole trajectory of Roman Reigns' career.
It changed the whole trajectory of professional wrestling.
It did. And if they still continued to try to do what they were doing with Roman pre-pandemic, this is crazy to say that 2020 and the world being shut down was probably the best thing to happen to Roman Reigns' career. And it was actually John Cena that pointed this out in one of our interviews, because he's like, they were able to put him out there and the crowd wasn't able to boo him when he's supposed to be a good guy or cheer him when he's supposed to be a bad guy. They just let him do his thing.
Yes. And he was able to speak quietly, methodically,
yes,
with purpose.
Yes.
And that still holds true today. I mean, you have to go back, and even at Bad Blood, when Jimmy Uso comes in and interferes on Roman's behalf, they put out, the WWE, which was brilliant, put out on social this reel where it was subtitled what Roman was saying in the ring. He wasn't saying it into a mic.
Yes.
He was just looking at Jimmy and saying, "This, you did this?
Yeah.
You called the play?" And embraces Jimmy because Jimmy called the play. 2 years ago, Roman looked at Jimmy and said, "You're calling plays now? You're calling the play. You want my job? You want to be the tribal chief?" And we see, like, in this moment, this little nuanced moment that you may have even missed. That's the subtle switch in this Roman Reigns character. That's the lesson that Roman Reigns has learned since losing at WrestleMania, is that, like, you have to value the people around you. And you have to understand that just because you're the tribal chief doesn't mean you call every play. And sometimes the reason you're keeping your family around you is because your family has value. And that's not something that the old tribal chief had. So yeah, so
Playing chess.
He's playing chess.
Yeah.
And that's only possible because of that moment. So for me, 2020, the Friday after SummerSlam, the pan out, Roman Reigns is sitting next to Paul Heyman. The impossible happens. Boom. That's it. That's it.
You've made a compelling case for it. That's
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank you.